Hey guys, one sec. The system is being what I like to call a dickhead. Yay! No, it's got the wrong one. There we go. Hate when it does that. Anyway, folks, good to see you. It's Saturday night. Let's just top up this glass here with a little bit of beer. We'll get going and talking to all of you. Lots of folks here, which is great. Slàinte it. Happy Saturday. All right, cool. So yeah, good to see you all. Hope everything is good with each and every one of you. I still have to do this thing where I'm hopping from one screen to the next, but we'll get through it. It'll be all right. I hope you all figured out the time difference thing this week, which is great. I'm sure somebody's going to give me trouble about it. It's not my fault. I didn't set the clocks. But yeah, we'll get into it. Lots of videos this week, lots of news, lots of stuff came out. Hopefully you saw all the videos this week. There was Adam Jones. I don't know if that, everyone's saying that's the number 3. I don't know if it is for sure. That hasn't been confirmed, but we'll see very soon, I'm sure. Thanks to all the folks who were sending that to me, by the way. That was super cool. Yeah, lots of stuff coming out of that leak, to be honest, from Gibson and Fender and so forth. Let's just dive into the chat because we did get so far behind last week that we just couldn't keep up. So we'll do our best to stick with it today. And Chris from Coburg was first, which is awesome. Nice to see Scott Bugfoot being put back in his place. Just kidding, Scott, of course. Says Dave tricked us. I totally didn't. Grandpa Joe says, hello, Scott and Chris. I hope everyone had a great St. Patrick's Day. Indeed, it was St. Patrick's Day yesterday. Good day was had by all, I'm sure. I think some people this morning woke up with a headache for some unknown reason. I didn't. I was quite mild yesterday, so it was all good. So yeah, hope you all had a great time celebrating my Irishness, because I did. It's all good. DMAX says time change, eh? Back in an hour. Yeah, and there's another one. So I think next week is the same time difference, and then it switches here as well. So we will be on the same time as whatever time it is for you now next week, and then the following week we'll just go back to the normal time slot for everybody. Chris from Coburg, his hobby is to make us hungry, so he says bacon double cheeseburgers tonight with slaw and jalapeno poppers. Sounds nice, Chris. Thanks for that. Hope it actually tastes as nice as I think it will be. So that's cool. Chris says, see you guys later. That was you were in early, very good. So you will be catching up with us. That's cool. DMAC is here, which is always great. Ben Allmax here says, hope you're all well, happy and healthy. Good to see you, Ben. Hope all's good with you, my friend. Let me see. Muddy H2O is here. Somebody said, hey, Muddy H2O. And I did not see a Muddy H2O comment. That's weird. Maybe he's finally been banned from my comment section, which would be great. No, it wouldn't be great. I'm just kidding. Yeah, good to see you, Muddy H2O as well. Glenn is here, says, hello, families. Good to see you, Glenn. As always. I don't know why, but I can't watch Steel Panther play now without thinking of Glenn. It's a weird thing that's cropped up over the last couple of years. Anyway, Glenn, you are our well, to me, you are our Steel Panther mascot. I don't know why. Glenn says, we should have that funky music playing to get us tight. Hey, listen, if I played it on a loop for that first hour, I don't know what would happen. Probably get banned off YouTube for some way. Glenn says, anyone have an opinion on the Orange Super Crush 100 watt solid state amp head besides the obvious? It's not a tube amp. I think that's also I don't want to state the obvious. I think that's 100 watts. So just bear that in mind as well. As you know, not really the guy to give you any solid opinions on solid state or tube amps, but I know lots of people who do. There's like 7,000 on the channel who know more than me about them. So yeah, someone will tell you. Scott says, I need something sub 10 watts. I'm tired of loud getting old. Yeah, I wish people who lived next or like just down the street from me didn't have like a loud amp, but there we go, they do. I'm getting old too, clearly. Glenn says, I have a 20 and a 30 watt tube amp. So now you speak sensible, Scott. Good point. I mean, 20 and 30 is not too bad, but yeah, if you're hundreds kind of like, yeah, be fun to play with for sure. Jack Collins says, hello, everyone. Hope everybody's doing well. It's just me from Louisiana. Hope you're doing well, Jack. Good to see you, as it always is. Let me see what we got. Ryan Byrne is here, says, hey, good to see you, Ryan. Hope you are well. And we got Jack says, hope you're doing well, to Glenn. Glenn says he is doing well, which is great to hear. Ryan 6 to 1 to 5 watts. I mean, to be honest with you, that will work for me because, yeah, I don't want anyone else hearing me play. Not too much anyway. I don't want to scare him away. But Ryan says, try a Supro. Yeah, Supros are supposed to be fantastic. So I would go with that. Glenn says, Ryan, I had a cute goth girl check me in at the Plasma Center Friday. Was that your cousin? This honestly, guys, it's probably not all cute goth cousins are Ryan's. Probably some of them are just other people's cousins. I don't know. But let's just. I mean, I do wonder sometimes what new people come to the stream are like. What the F is going on? It's all good fun. Eventually, it all makes sense somehow, which is weird. Ryan says, did you ask to buy her a drink? Glenn says no, but she was being observed by another staff member. But the look in her eyes may have said first round on you. There you go. I like it. I love it. Jack Collins says, smallest amp I have is a 30 watt. All right, very cool. Yeah, that's I think, yeah, if I was, that's a 25, which is, I obviously don't pimp those. I don't go around saying everyone buy a Marshall code, but that's a 25. It's probably where I would draw the line, to be honest. But at the same time, there's that Harley Benton one, that tube amp. Is that a 15? I'd pick that up, but that'd do me, I think. But yeah, it just depends on, I suppose, how loud you want to be. That's the thing, isn't it? I tend to be pretty quiet most of the time. Anyway, that's a whole other story. Scott says, I like the Delta King. And Ryan said, yeah, the Delta King is amazing for everything. Comes in 3 sizes. So there you go. Smallest amp I have is 240 watts in a room with less than 40 square feet of space. Scott, I'm just going to say that's probably too many watts for that amount of square footage. I mean, that's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. T is here. Good to see you, T. Hope you are well, my friend. Says happy Paddy's weekend, Chord Dave, and all in the chat. Happy Paddy's weekend to you, T. It's a good one because yesterday obviously there was no work, which was great, and then today is Saturday, but it feels like Sunday for some reason because obviously yesterday, like the first day off of a weekend is normally Saturday, so, and the second one, which is today, is normally a Sunday. So anyway, feels good. Feels like a really nice long weekend. I'm liking this better than having Monday off when it's a bank holiday. So yeah, I absolutely am enjoying this weekend. Ryan Byrne says 240 watts. What are you playing through an air raid siren? And Scott says basically. So there you go. You never know what the Canadians are getting up to. There's secretly they have 240 watts of amplifiers in a 40 square foot room. That's fun. Jack says, my Boss Katana 100 watt is as loud as I want to get. I think 100 is probably be as high as I'd ever get, to be honest. But yeah, there you go. That's crazy. Scott says, has anyone played through an air raid siren? Not personally, no. I don't know anyone. I mean, I'm sure if anyone has, they're in this group. That's just the kind of people we have around here, which is great. So we'll see. We'll find out. And says, Jack, do you use a lot of the studio stuff or just stick to what's on the panel of your Katana? Ryan says, I'd like to see that, presuming about the air raid siren. And Jack says, Glenn, I mostly use on what's on my Boss Katana. If not, I plug a pedal board into the looper. And Ryan says, like one of the Stuka trumpets. I mean, you guys know way too much. I think, yeah, someone needs to check on you guys. Glenn says, did anyone do the ridiculous this weekend and buy a bad monkey? Oh my God. The Ferrari, I think that's the right word, over the Bad Monkeys is hilarious. I'm just sitting back enjoying how funny it is because people are losing their minds over this pedal. And I thought KDH had a really interesting idea on his video where he was saying that if it's just another social experiment where it's not really that good, they just wanted to make it sound like it wasn't, they were all the same or whatever. So I don't know, man. I'll be honest with you. I've never really been the big pedal guy, so I didn't really know anything about the Bad Monkey until I saw it everywhere this week. Yeah, it was kind of super weird. I was like, oh, is that a real thing, or has someone leaked a what do you call it, an April Fool's gag? No, it's a real thing. As I said, like I'm not as I've always said, I'm not a huge pedal guy. I don't really know a lot about pedals, and yeah, the people freaking out about it was unreal. And then the prices they're selling for as well now, crazy stuff. Goes to show the power of YouTube though, because one channel, one very popular, very good channel, makes a video and you can't get the things. So yeah, it's weird. We're just going to see more of that, I suppose. Scott says I'd actually really like a Leslie speaker or amp. I mean, that'll be fun. Glenn says, anyone tried a Joya amp? I have not. But the good news is Al Adolfson is here. Good to see you, Al. Hope you're doing well. Scott Brower's here too. Says, ciao, everyone. Hope you're doing well, Scott. We have Musical Companion. Good to see you. Says, when 2023 Epiphone lineup revealed and ESP also $17.99 for Kirk V's GTFO. That's one opinion. Yeah, not surprised. Epiphone lineups, you probably will see them launch around the NAMM show time. Wouldn't be surprised to see it either the week before or, well, I mean, if you saw my Adam Jones video this week, when did that go out? Yesterday? Yeah. The expected release date for that is the 11th of April. So I wouldn't be surprised to see either side of NAMM or the same week as NAMM. So that's in 3 weeks, 3 to 4 or 5 weeks. However, they may just hold everything back and release them all one by one. Somebody said that they were considering that at one point, and I thought that they wouldn't do it. So now that we know they're not going to be at NAMM, but I think they're going to try and steal the thunder a little bit, and because they don't want anyone getting the jump on them. So yeah, look for it in the next few weeks, I would imagine, but you might see things one by one rather than a big announcement. So I hope that helps, Musical Companion. If I find out anything else, I will let you guys know. But we will see, because as you saw, like with the Adam Jones leak, everyone got that leak, not just me. And it was because somebody was on a tour of the Epiphone factory. I don't know why. It seemed like there was 5 or 6 people on a tour, but yeah, this person took a lot of photographs that he probably was not supposed to leak on the internet, but there you go. The security will be tightened, I am sure. I had to laugh just thinking of panic stations in the Gibson / Epiphone offices, but there you go. Al says, hey there, after my confession last week, I'm hiding out in Brazil. Well, hey, that's a good place to be hiding out, Al, and I hope you're well. A friend of mine from my day job is waiting on a Tajima guitar that is being delivered from Brazil next week, I think. Like he knows somebody who was in Brazil is bringing it home to him, and it's a 335, basically. Looks great. I'll try and get some pictures of it for next week's show if he gets it, because we're always talking about guitars and things, so I'm sure he will share pictures with me if it arrives. Glenn says, Al, you let a mess slip last week, that's for sure. Guys, it's all good. St. Patrick's Day was yesterday, so literally everything before that is forgotten. It's all good. Jack Collins says, I have an EXP 256 or 256 Cobalt Blue and I love it. Sounds cool, Jack. Yeah, very cool. Ryan says, damn, Al, what did I miss? Uh-oh, we're gonna spill the beans again. Uh-oh. Al says, in my hurry, took neck off one of my Strats, but neck and body into the case. When I got here, I could not find hardware to assemble. Oh no. I mean, hey, that's sad. Sorry about that, Al. T says, speaking of amps, anyone checked the Psionic Audio's channel? Never heard of it, so no. But again, not really looking at the old amps a lot at a time. Musical Companion says, really waiting for Dave Mustaine Epiphones and Kramer's. Just curious, really, at this point. Well, the leaks from the Epiphone factory that came out the other day had people working on Dave Mustaine's. So we shall be seeing them soon. They are, as far as I'm aware, they are pretty much ready to ship. So yeah, we should definitely be seeing the Dave Mustaine's very soon. As for Kramer's, I'm not so sure, but definitely, actually, they might have been, there's a possibility they could have been Kramer's, but soon is the answer to that. We should be seeing them very soon. They've been ready. We've known about them. We've seen pictures of them a long time ago at this point. So yeah, again, as far as I'm aware, Epiphone decided to hold everything until April. And that's, so we'll be seeing them in the next 2 to 3 weeks. And then once they start, there should be a couple of announcements a day, maybe one a day. But yeah, I get where you're coming from, Musical Companion. That is for sure the something I'm looking forward to seeing when they bring out updates to what they're doing. Jack Collins says, I hate to change the subject a little bit, but I'm craving crawfish. I'm ready to go crawfishing. I mean, I've never had a crawfish craving. I don't think I've had crawfish. I've never been to that part of the world, like Louisiana. I mean, so I don't know. Maybe I should try and sort that out at some point. Dennis Ellis is here. Good to see you. Dennis says, hey everybody, hope all are well, warm and dry. Indeed, it's a good sentiment. Always glad to have you here with us, Dennis, so thanks for dropping in. Musical Companion says, best crawdads are for the Mississippi River, from the Mississippi River. Interesting. Good to know. Someday I may do a big what do you call them, road trip around the US, and I'm sure I will sample lots of those kind of things if I do. Glenn says to Al, I thought you were talking about the comment you made about your wife and girlfriend. Glenn, we were not supposed to bring that up. T-Max says, I've seen Psionic's channel, tells it straight and makes you wonder about the quality of some of these tube amps these days. Interesting. Yeah, I have to have a look. Yeah, amps is something I would love to know more about, and pedals as well. But as I said a few times, I'm not Scott. I can't stick a 240 watt amp in this little tiny room and try and get away with it. That's just not going to work for me. There's already too much in this room as it is. This is the tidy part of the room right here. The rest of it's not that tidy. I mean, it's not too bad over there. I got bookshelves over that way, but that way, and they're mostly tidy. They're kind of tidy. Anyway, we'll just move on and just not focus on that. Jack says, I'm from Louisiana, but I don't care where my crawdaddies come from. I'll eat them from anywhere. Well, good. That's the attitude to have. I like it. Al says, in order to keep practicing, I bought a new guitar for 200 after new strings and a setup with the 1.75. Plays pretty good. Well, there you go. That's not too bad. Al, just got to make sure to take your stuff with you when you go home, your neck and your body and everything. But yeah, that sucks, man. That you didn't get bring the hardware. So anyway, it's fine. At least it'll be there when you get back. William Forrest is here. Good to see you, William. I hope you're doing well. Psionic is the amp tech for Martin Music in Memphis, says DMAC. Very cool. Knows his stuff then for sure. Christian Coburg says, looks like we'll be here 2 a.m. at the speed of the chat. Hey, it's not, I mean, look, I never know how far we are in the chat because YouTube just likes to dump a load in on top of me, which is that's not what I wanted to say on YouTube. Anyways, that's Ed Axman says, Dave's not here, man. I'm here eventually. I get here. It's a good reference. I love it. People do bring that up all the time. Marcia says, I got no notification until now. The clocks changed in Ireland, folks. The clocks did not change in Ireland. The clocks changed in your part of the world. So that's what happened there. You guys changed. We didn't. We changed at the end of this month. Whereas you guys changed last week, I believe. And I completely forgot about it until like right about when I was about to press the go live button. Which I was late doing because I was writing an email. So there you go. it never stops, guys. The work never stops. So it's literally exactly what I was up to right before we went live. Ben Allmark says, hello again, everyone. Hope everyone's happy as pigs in poop and healthy as, I'm going to presume that's horses. I don't know. Man, this tune is actually rocking. That's the starting, the new theme tune for the show. Yeah, I'm glad you guys like it. And let me see, what have we got? Marcia says, we go through this same thing twice a year. Yeah, you guys need to get on our frames for changing the clocks. I don't know why you are weird. Muddy H2O says, oh yes, in a super chat. Oh yes, a nice friendly reminder. I forgot about this actually. And I know you sent me a message this morning and I forgot to get to it. TCD and Friends, a new group on that website that starts with an F and ends with a K. You can actually post things on this one. Go and join. Yes, I will include a link to that in the thing. Bear with me. I will get a link. I have a link. Do I have a link? So yeah, we have a new Facebook group. Thanks to Muddy H2O who did all the hard work. So let me, and in fact, I've just noticed Muddy H2O was giving me abuse on that certain messaging app. I'll post that picture of you sent me yesterday, you know. I won't do that. Let me see. I do have a link for it. I think I have a link for it. Where is it? God damn it. Here we go. So, invite through a link. No, it's not playing ball. All right. Invite Facebook friends. I don't want to do that because, you know, they're jerks. Can I just get a link to, there we go. Copy link. There we go. We're in. All right. So after that nonsense, here you go. So the link to the Facebook group, that group that we can all comment on, is there, and it's all thanks to Muddy H2O. So everyone give Muddy H2O a very short round of applause, like no more than 3 seconds. There you go. Good stuff. Thank you, Muddy H2O, for your hard work. And also, I would like to say I will be doing zero work on the Facebook page. I'll pop by and say hello and everything, and like everyone's pictures of guitars that they post. 2 rules for the Facebook group: respect the space and the community, and just keep it about cool stuff. And that's all. And when I say cool stuff, you know what I'm saying. No politics, no nudes, and no, what do you call them? Just don't be a dick. That's it. Those are the rules. If we can all stick to that, would be cool. Hey guys, so Micah messaged me today as well. He said he couldn't come to the live streams because he's going to be working on Sundays, and it's Sunday in New Zealand right now where he's from. So everybody in the chat, just say hello to Micah because he's going to watch this back at some point. So everyone just say, hey, Micah, for when he's watching back. That'd be super cool. And thanks, guys. And yeah, hopefully you guys will join the Facebook group and do all those things. Now, what else have we got? We're on Texas time now. Yeah. I mean, hey, Texas time works for me. It's all good. We'll be on California time in 3 weeks when NAM's on. 4 weeks, whenever NAM is on. Because I'll be there and I'll be standing outside NAM going, how the hell do I get this thing to live stream? So we'll see. Ryan says, I got a 1973 Yamaha SG45 yesterday for 150. I don't know where 45 was coming from. $150. That's pretty incredible. Let me see. Sorry guys, I opened up the messenger thing and it's flooding me with messages. This is why I'm never on it, because people want to tell me things and then I get distracted. So yeah, let me just fix this. Okay, we're nearly there. All right, so we have got, that's a super cool though, guitar for 150 bucks, Ryan. That is pretty epic, because of course, you know, it's not an SG, but it's, I mean, that should be more expensive. How did you manage to get it for 150? Because that should be way more expensive. Anyway, I'm going to turn this phone off. That's beside the computer so that I don't get any more messages until after the show. Right, now let's get on to back to where the messages were, because of course the YouTube has messed up my messages. There we are, chat. All right, cool. Ben Allmark says, sounds like a score, Ryan. Indeed. And Musical Companion asks, does it need fretwork? I would imagine someone didn't know what they had there. My Knees Hurt says, putting new strings on the Bigsby guitar. First time changing strings on it. I had it like 3 or 4 years. Very cool. And always great to see you. My Knees Hurt. So thanks for dropping in. Let us know. Christian Colbrick says, if I didn't say it before, I will say it again. Hello, TCD, Fam Jam, let's rock. Well, thanks, Chris. Hope those cheeseburgers are going well. Yeah, making me hungry, man. Ryan says, it's an amazing guitar, just needs a good setup. That's pretty sweet. For $150, man, that is awesome. Marcia's going to go share the stream. Be right back. Hit the thumbs up. Indeed, good stuff. Thank you for that, Marcia. Yamaha makes good guitars, says My Knees Hurt. Indeed, they do. Yeah, there's a few that I would be interested in adding to my collection, especially 70s ones. They were really cool when they were doing some nice, interesting things back then. Ryan says, frets seem okay, but it's hard to tell. If you're going to get it set up, I'm sure you'll figure it all out. And even with a bit of investment, that's still going to be a killer deal. Whatever happened to the Yamaha air guitar? It's a great question. And like last week's video about the 1959 Les Paul, why is it the Holy Grail? Managed to squeeze a whole video out of that. I'll look into it and see what has happened. I haven't seen one of those in a long time, but yeah, it's a good question. And things like that, guys. When you do mention things, I do look them up during the week, see if I can make a video. We're still in March, which means there's still going to be a video every day for the rest of the month. So it's 2 more weeks, which is exhausting, but it's getting done. So anyway, that's something I'll think about looking into. Musical Companion. Thank you so much for that. Scott Bogfoot says, if you're new here, you'll have to subscribe and wait for 1 minute before you can chat in the best chat on YouTube. Indeed, make sure you're subscribed and then chat to us, because we'd love to chat to you. And Jack says, nice score, Ryan. Anything Yamaha is good. Quite a lot. Yamaha is good. Glenn says, who we call a sickhead? Just YouTube, Glenn. No, don't take it personal. It's all good. Miranda says, hey there. Do we ever hear you playing your 3 chords? Yeah, I mean, there's videos of me playing guitar on the channel if you'd like to torment yourself. I don't know why you would. But no, I generally don't play too much on the channel. The reason being, it's not worth the abuse I get on the channel. I mean, I know how I sound when I play guitar. Even people who are quite friendly can be quite offensive. So I don't care for it. So if I feel the need to play or show you a guitar, if I'm reviewing a guitar or something, which I don't do too often, I will play. And here's the secret: it's just a name. So don't worry about it. It's all good. Although there is a 3-chord shuffle, so just don't get carried away if you do see that. But Miranda, thank you for joining us. It is super cool to have you here. Ryan says definitely, especially the old SGs. In terms of Yamaha's being good, I think for sure. Marcia says Dave gets trouble from us regardless of whether the clocks change. That's very true. You guys, you like messing with old Dave here, which is fine. It's fine. So this is what I signed up for. Marcia says, what's on the menu tonight, Chris? Dave will announce it, hopefully. Indeed, it's double cheeseburgers. Was it double bacon and cheeseburgers? I don't know. Slap some bacon on mine if you don't mind. With jalapeno poppers. Yeah, Chris, for sure, is our resident hungry making person. Dave, is St. Patty's Day a holiday in your country? So here's the thing: if you say St. Patty's Day in Ireland, an Irish person will correct you. It is Paddy's Day with a D and not a T. That's very important to us. So there you go. So yes, it is whatever day St. Patrick's Day falls on is a holiday. And that meant yesterday was a holiday. So no work, which is great. Except for the American people who work for my company. They all had to go to work. So, because they're in America. But yeah, we have it. So it only falls on a Monday if it's if Paddy's Day is actually on a Saturday or Sunday. Otherwise, like it could be a Tuesday and we just get that day off, because no one would go to work. To be honest with you, nobody would go to work except for the bar people, thankfully, and the people I know, I guess, who work in the supermarkets and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, anyone who has time off for on a holiday will not go to work. T says, cool shows through the week. I tried to watch them live, but just as the show would start, the phone would ring or someone called. That's always the way, T. I mean, it happens to me all the time. Like I try to put them at different times, and someone always, I'm always doing something when they go live that I can't get to them. So I do put them on premieres. I do try to drop in, and quite a lot of the time, I'm actually just there watching with you guys to see as well any comments. But I have two or three things going at the same time. So anyway, we do have some a good build up this month now, to be honest. So yeah, pretty happy with how they were received as well. Here's a question for you guys: which one was your favorite video this week? If you had a favorite, let me know. I enjoyed making all of them. It was a pretty decent week, and I'm going to start next week tomorrow. So hopefully we got a few decent ones done. Give me some ideas for videos as well if you'd like to see, because as you can tell, there's not a whole lot of stuff happening in the guitar world. Everything seems to be waiting until next month, so we will see. So if you have any ideas, drop them in there, and they could get made into videos this week. Marcia says, Dave, I'm sure St. Paddy's in Ireland is very different than in the US, right? Yeah, yeah, it tends to be. I mean, like we don't. I, I can't remember if places still do green beer here. Like I've seen it, but not seriously. We have like a much more like fuck it sort of situation. Like Paddy's Day is like this one day where Irish people just go like, we're just celebrating being ourselves. Everybody's just gonna have crazy times. I did spend one Paddy's Day in Toronto. It's the only time I've ever not been in Ireland on Paddy's Day, and it was fun. Like a load of Irish people got together and had breakfast and watched a football game, and then that was it. Yeah, it's like St. Patrick's Day didn't really exist, and it was really heavy snow in the morning, and then the snow was all gone in the afternoon. I need to get back to Toronto at some point. It was a great place, but yeah, it's very different. It's very different. I remember asking an American friend of mine years ago, like maybe 15, 20 years ago, um, coming up to Paddy's Day and being like, hey, are you off work tomorrow when it was Paddy's Day? And she was like, no, why would I be? I don't live in Ireland. It's like, oh yeah, okay, fine. You should be because it's the greatest thing ever, but whatever. Anyways, yeah, very different. I believe some cities in New York, Chicago, and that like have a big emphasis on it, like have parades and stuff like that. But I think they just shut down like the one street, like pretty much the city in Dublin gets shut down. I've been to St. Patrick's Day in Dublin and since I was like 10, so I couldn't tell you. Scott Bogfoot says, I want to get an outdoor pizza oven, seeing how I watch this show out in the backyard. Yeah, man, get yourself a pizza oven and I don't know, some sort of beverage device. Also, sounds good. Um, Musical Companion says, whatever happened to new tubes? I have no idea. And make your own, Scott. I did, and it half kind of works. Or kind of half works. Well, there you go. If it half works, that's great. Christian Coburg says, so yeah, as Dave said, it was a bacon double cheeseburgers with slaw and jalapeno peppers and beer. Lots of beer. Oh, let's have some beer. Cheers to Chris for the bacon double cheeseburgers. Let me see. Ben says, has anyone in here ever played through a Vox 4 watt with a 10-inch speaker, the white one? If so, how was she? I haven't, so hopefully someone will have. Robert is here. Good morning, Robert. Says, wherever you're in the world, hope life's going well. Yeah, hope all's good with you, Robert. Thanks for dropping in on your Sunday morning. Super cool that we have folks from all over the world here, which is great. Nella says, greeting, guitar enthusiasts. Good to see you, Nella. Hope you are well, my friend. And just Marcia, just a quick reminder, no misgendering, Nella, please. That'd be great. Chris McCoburg says, for your information, peeps, I have another affordable pedal on the way, a Behringer SF300 Super Fuzz. I bought two. Yeah, I have one. There you go. That one. There it is. It's Super Fuzz SF300. It won't focus on it for some flipping reason. Yeah, but there you go. I've one there. I don't think it's I don't think JHS are going to push up the price on that one. I haven't. It's like one of the 6 pedals I own, which is telling you a lot. But yeah, I mean, it works. It does everything you need it to, as far as I'm aware. Very good pedal. Again, for my needs. T says, hey DMAC, he seems to know his stuff. He stopped me from buying a few amps at this stage. Oh yeah, the other channel you were mentioning. Yeah, absolutely. Which is a good, it's better to be told what not to buy than what to buy, I think, in any sense, because then you know no one's getting a commission for trying to tell you to buy one thing or another. Speaking of commissions, I'm just kidding. But yeah, there's lots of stuff coming. Oh, by the way, just things I do know are coming soon. Spark Amps are releasing a new product next week, so keep an eye on them. I may have a video with them soon. I don't know, but I think we have yeah, we should have something coming very soon from them. I think the 22nd, I think they said. Anyways, I'm not doing sponsored content on it, so we'll see what they release. Ryan says, I saw that Princess Auto has 5 watts guitar amps, circuit boards only. Interesting stuff there. Chris says to Ben, I think Vox made great practice amps, very groovy tones. I have a Vox Pathfinder 15 watt from 98 and it rules. Well, there you go. There you go. Billy Beers says, cheers, my dude. Cheers, Billy Beers. Glad to have you with us. Thanks for dropping in. Grandpa Joe saying hello to all the folks. Great to see you, Grandpa Joe. What have we got here? Ryan, seriously, now I have to go. Hopefully that was something in a conversation that I missed. Oh, about the thingies. Okay, cool. Well, there you go. Ireland won the Grand Slam. They did, yeah. Beating England at anything is always fun, and at rugby as well to win the Grand Slam, which is fantastic. So yeah, a lot of celebration going on this weekend in Ireland for sure. Billy Beer says, cheers fellas, have a brew and enjoy your weekend. Indeed, Billy, you enjoy your weekend for sure as well. Marissa says, silly thing with Bad Monkey. I think so. Chris says, any pedal over $50 is overrated. I mean, I wouldn't know how much pedals cost, so I would like genuinely say that's a very good opinion. Glenn says, JHS is selling pre-order t-shirts about the Bad Monkey. Nice. I like that. I like their sense of humor on that show. I like that they just sometimes just fuck around with their audience too. Not that I would do such a thing, but you know, it's all good. Money H2O with the super chat. How long should I let Glenn's requests to join the group sit around? I mean, I don't know. I think if Glenn really wants to join the group, he will release a video on his YouTube channel. Like I know. I was gonna say aggressively, but that's not the word I'm looking for. Passionately singing any Steel Panther song of his choice. So there you go. So as soon as Glenn does that, he can be permitted into the group. Thanks, Muddy. I appreciate that. Let Glenn in. He's a good dude. We all want Glenn to be in there. Chris from Coburg says he wants to buy a Klon for $50. I mean, lots of people. What do Klons go for? Like 5,000 now? Yeah, that's crazy. Unless you're making money at it, like serious money, I don't see why you would spend that money on a pedal. Having said that, I don't want to think about how much I've spent on guitars over the years. So never mind. I'll just shut up now. Yeah, that was silly. What was I thinking? Chris from Coburg says, Josh does not need any more of your money through t-shirt sales. Nice guys, but come on. You know, it's It's the YouTube business plan. Get up enough of an audience to sell t-shirts. That's how lots of people buy houses. Honestly. So anyway, you may have noticed, by the way, all of my t-shirts are reduced in price, and there should only be a handful of them on the on underneath all the videos. There's not that many there. There shouldn't be, or there won't be. Apparently, it's taken a long time to update for some reason from Teespring. They're still on Teespring, but we've reduced all the prices to as reasonable as we can get them. There's literally only kicking in like a couple of bucks to the channel from each t-shirt sale, so it's brought the price of them as down as far as we can, just as we were talking about t-shirts. But yeah, I get what you're saying, Chris. But yeah, if you're a YouTuber, you're trying to make some money, it's sales, sponsorships, affiliate links, because you're not making a whole lot off your ad revenue anymore. At least I'm not. I mean, I have what? Let's just say I have 10, 15 more videos now at this time now than I did this time last month, and the YouTube monetization is up about $20. So so it's not lucrative, YouTube, by the way. So that's why people are selling stuff. So I get it, but yeah, that dude has made quite a few sales of t-shirts. So have lots of channels. Some channels are just there to promote their new t-shirts every month. I haven't got the interest in designing new t-shirts every month. So there you go. Let me see. Money HO says, well, I didn't spend any money. YouTube won't let me super chat that. Hey, YouTube is it's because I keep calling YouTube a dickhead. That's why it doesn't let you do stuff like that sometimes. When Eastert says there's a 2020 SG Junior at my local store. Buy now, $10.99. That's a good price. That's a good price. They're usually around I think 14 or 15.99. So I think 14.99 is the usual price. That's a pretty good discount right there if it's in good condition. Let me see here. Chris says, as long as there's no robot tuner, you're good to go. Oh, I should totally do a robot tuner video sometime this month. Wait, that was 2018. It was 2015, 2016. They stopped it then after 2016. And it was only really on their high performance models that they put them on. So there you go. That's how you know they were good. They were on the high performance. Just kidding, guys. Badfing2 says, greetings. It is I, Justin Hawkins. Oh shit, I mean Badfink. Sorry, been binge watching. Good to see you, Badfink. Hope you're well, my friend. And yeah, good to know your secret identity has now been revealed. My user says, no robo tuners. It's super stripped down. One P90 pickup, 2 knobs, which is 1 knob too many. Hey, that's one way of looking at it. Yeah, no, the SG Juniors are great. Like I do enjoy them. Very nearly picked one up 1,000 times. Very cool guitar. We'll have to pick one up at some point. So yeah, we will see that. But if you pick that up, I mean, if I saw that at that price, I would pick it up, honestly, if I had the money, because it's a cool guitar. And the 2020s when they switched ownership, so you should have an uptick in QC in 2020 as well. So you should be looking at a good guitar there, I'd imagine. But yeah, very kind of jealous. Badfink2 said, someone said I'm a knob, but that was very kind of them. Nobody said that about you, Badfink, I'm sure. Nobody would call you a knob. Scott says, someone needs to sell a make your own pedal kit where you get a box and a bunch of components and a circuit board, and you can build your choice of 3 different pedals, like the old DIY radio kits. I mean, that's a possibility for sure. Yeah, I'm sure somebody will do that at some point if they. I mean, there's build your own pedal kits already, all right, but there's no. Yeah, what you're saying there is I don't think I've seen. That'd be cool. Mar says, I'd love for someone to get footage or a new physical $300 solar guitars from the countries where they're selling. I'm dying to see the difference. Nobody seems to have shown them online. No guitars till after NAMS. I'm sticking to it. It's very hard to do it because I've seen some deals. There you go. Vincent Doyle says, there was a clown on adverts yesterday selling a bad monkey for close to 300. I think you should do a ridiculous adverts listing segment for your show for sure. Dude, I'd be there all week. I see things up there all the time, like fakes, like Gibsons being sold as authentic guitars and so forth. I I can look into it actually, Vince, and it's a decent idea. I will take a look through adverts and see what I can find. I'm sure it will be phenomenal. Um, yeah, I'm kind of scared actually, but there you go. We'll have a look. Badving2 says, Mr. Mudfoot, nice to see you indeed. Anthony Thornhill's here. Good to see you, Anthony. Hope all's well with you, man. And Al says, Stu Mac sells DIY pedal kits. And Glenn says Stu Mac has some nice pedal kits. Indeed. I think specifically what Scott wants is one where he can kind of mix and match the parts or come up with 3 different outcomes no matter what he does. I think that's what he was looking at. But there you go. Batfink 2 says, I'm a drummer first. I don't use amps. There you go. See, amps just get in the way if you're a drummer. Bailey says, take a 240 watt amp down the street. Those kids won't even know. Oh man, those kids. I mean, I just wish one week they'd figure out that like screeching is not, it's like for 4 hours is not what they're aiming for. There you go. The drummer's getting better, which is good. We'd like to see that. And one of their guitarists is all right, and the other one's an idiot who stands too close to his amp. But there you go. Anyway, if you're watching, idiot who lives down the street, step away from your amp and roll down to about 8 on the volume. That'd be great, thanks. 7 on the volume. You're not very good, so just 7. Anyway, Fatpink says, I tried to put a condenser mic on my electric, but it's not very loud. And your electric drum kit, that would be interesting. Nella says, if Scott has many amps as he has guitars, then he's probably got 240 watt amps in his room. That could have been what he meant, actually. Yeah, that's a good point. No, for sure. Al says, she found me. It was her birthday yesterday and she wanted to spend it with her kids. But it turns out she doesn't understand English very well. All right, Al, I think I don't want to be responsible for you going missing. So just be careful what you're saying in the chat here. I care about you. Don't want you going missing, for sure. Scott says, lol, no, only one guitar amp and went big, have a hi-fi background. 240 watt was baby talk before I got into guitars. I'm really, really glad I didn't get the half stack. Well, there you go. Baffing 2 says, Feck group only for Irish people. I'm seriously concerned as to what that could possibly be, what it would turn into. It definitely wouldn't be good. Dennis says, hey, Chord Dave, if I win the lotto, I will buy you a purple pink Orianthi PRS. You may have to deal with the lotus flowers. Dude, that'd be amazing. And I mean, like, I'll hold you to it. That sounds great. But yeah, the good news of the Orianthi guitar being made into an SE version, I think is cool. So I don't know if they're going to go straight to an SE version, but I think a lot of people have been like, just do something cheaper on that guitar, because it's, and then Ryan said this to me the other day over on Patreon. That's one of the coolest looking or coolest finishes on a guitar, and I absolutely agree. I think it's phenomenal. As soon as I saw that guitar, I was like, that is a cool guitar. I want to have one of those. Then I saw it was 12 grand. I was like, well, that ain't happening this side of Christmas. So either side of Christmas really, but yeah, but I think if they do it, they'll do it like as an expensive SE, like and with Epiphone broaching $12.99 is like their standard signature price now. I think we could see a PRS SE coming in around that price if it has a lot of features that the 12 grand one is. Obviously the 12 grand one's going to be way better. They're more premium woods and materials and a lot more handcrafting time rather than the people who how they make their SE guitars. Obviously a lot of it is done completely on CNC and stuff like that. There's a lot more in hand time with the private stock, as you'd expect. But yeah, that'll be super cool, Dennis. So don't run away now. If you do win the lotto, let me know, because we can talk about how to get the guitar to me and stuff like that. Very good. Yes, indeed. Baffing 2 says GH ? I mean, I was kind of thinking that the whole GH thing was dying down on the channel for a bit, but yeah, not really. We'll see how it goes in the Facebook group. You can post whatever you'd like there, but try and keep it guitar related, unless you have, like, I know, some special reason to not it's just gonna go to crap, isn't it? Well, anyway, we'll do our best. Glenn says, "Oh, Facebook. I thought it was that other F word. It was. Musical companion. Oh, sorry, lost all of your messages again. I know it's on musical companions. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? I get distracted when I see my name so much. There we go. Musical companion says, "Hey Dave, what do you think of Epiphone Gibson not reissuing artist models that are clearly in demand from spaces like Alibaba model, such as Slash, Snake Pit, Buckethead, Ace Frehley, etc., etc." So in some cases, it just comes down to contracts. Like Buckethead won't sign a contract with them to do an Epiphone or to do another Gibson runner. Apparently, Dave Grohl is the one that's said like no to putting out his signature guitar several times, and why there isn't an Epiphone one as well, because he doesn't want it to be the quality to be dipped, I suppose you'd say. So yeah, sometimes it just comes down to that. Right now, I know that Gibson are trying to get as many folks signed up to do a signature guitar as they can get. Like they have people talking to almost everyone who has ever played a Gibson, from what I hear. So I would say I don't think they'll do reissues like things like the Snake Pit or the Bucketheads. I don't see them coming back. The Ace, they might do a new Ace at some point. I don't know. But I think I'll see a lot of surprise signature guitars. Like I was surprised, for example, that Kev Mo got one. I love Kev Mo. I think he's a really great artist and very underrated. Listened to him since I was like a teenager. But marketing wise, I can't see him being a huge draw. But he got a Gibson signature not too long ago. And Chris Stapleton got a $5,000 Epiphone. I just can't wrap my head around that, but there you go. Yeah, so what do I think about it? I think, look, at the minute, the current ownership of Gibson are very money hungry. Without trying to get in trouble or say anything controversial, they're clearly looking to raise the balance sheet and make a lot of money. So if they can make it make sense financially, they will do it. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be a shirt for $400 or something, I think I saw. It could be a scarf or bandana for like $200, all that kind of shit. They'll do whatever to make money. So if they can reissue or bring out artist models that are popular or similar to ones that are popular, they will do it. So yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of change in how Epiphone are doing stuff like that, though. So, but you're right that the Alibaba and DH Gates and stuff like that, they're showing that people want to buy these guitars. Unfortunately, you get a lot of people want to buy them to try and resell them. You know, change up a few parts here and there, and you've got a guitar that sells for 5,000, and you've spent maybe 700 or 800 on it. Of course, thankfully, they never make them right, and it's easy enough to tell. So. So yeah, I mean, I wish they would. I wish they would make a lot more stuff, but well, I think we'll see a lot of stuff like that eventually happen. I hope so anyway. Bad Thing 2 says, nobody mention GH to Mike, okay? We don't want him knowing. All right, well, you know, we'll just keep it quiet for now. Al says, anyone have experience with EWA guitars? That's what I got here. Or EWA guitars? Honestly never heard of them until now, Al, so not so far. Then it says, hit that like button. Indeed, that is a very important message to do, which is great. Zippy2 Socks. Hi, says, hi all. Good to see you, Zippy. Hope you're doing well. And let me see what else we got. Richard Clark is here. Says, I shun all social media like the plague, but I may have to log in on this for this group. I am pulling the plastic off my new Gibson right now. Very cool, Richard. Yeah, well, listen, if you're in there, it's a great place to share pictures of your new guitars and stuff. And I do encourage that. Share pictures of your new guitars and everything that you want to guitar-wise. Before the other Facebook group went down and people couldn't share posts in it, it was quite useful for looking at other people's guitar collections. It was pretty cool. So yeah, let's get back that up and running again. Richard says, you want to smell my case? Your guitar case, right? Yes, indeed, that would be fantastic. That new Gibson smell never gets old. Well, it does, but Ryan says the SG45 usually go for about 1,000 Canadian. Got it at an antique sale. The guy had a load of random things for sale. Wow, there you go. That's yeah. You can always pick up cool things like that. Benny Larson says, Dave, please send my regards to Micah. I will indeed. Yeah, I'll drop him a message later and let him know. So we will. I'll do that for sure. Richard says, got a 2023 TV Yellow special. Very cool. That's on my list. It's on my list, which you will find out if you go to Patreon and watch the guitar wishlist video. The third one. So there's only 3 of them in there at the minute. There will be more after this month because there's a video every day is kind of making it hard to keep up on exclusive content and stuff. But the third one was Gibson Les Paul. There's so much choice in Gibson Les Pauls, but the special is one that's high on my list, so I'll be taking a look at that maybe closer to the end of the year, depending, of course, how the summer goes and the NAMM show and everything else. We'll see how that all pans out. Scott says, Vibromate string spoiler is the way to go for Bigsby's. So I hear. Ben Allmark says, I'm with you about the social media, Richard. I delete all of it but YouTube, and even this app is headed in a bad direction, in my opinion. I'm not the biggest social media fan, to be quite honest. That's why I'm terrible at running social media groups, having a social media presence. Like, I should be blasting stuff out on Twitter all the time or Instagram, and there's no energy for it. It's too many other things, man. It's I'm all over the place in lots of ways. Marcia says, the word case in Yiddish means cheese, so Richard just asked us all to smell his cheese. All right. Well, it's guitar related cheese, I guess. So there you go. Scott says, should I punch myself in the guts for wanting a synth guitar? I mean, Scott, we're supportive of a lot of things around here, but not that. So yeah, you should. No, don't do that. But you just feel bad for like 10 minutes. Glenn Bailey says, that's right, Richard. Nice. Enjoy. I'll pass on smelling your case. I still have the scent of Ryan's cousin in my nostrils. That got kind. Dude, I'm just gonna. Anyway, Badfing says, Scott, not at all, but please punch Lil Wayne for trying to play guitar. There you go. It's it's yeah. Money H Show says, I'm offensive out of love, Dave. Yeah, well, I get you. We all love in different ways. And yours is offensive, which is great and never change. Richard says, actually, Marshall, the case is also slang for rear end, so go figure. But there you go. I mean, we get all the good stuff here. We did at one moment there have 46 people watching. We just dropped 4. I wonder if it was the cheese or the rear end that got them to leave. Either way, they might not have been the kind of people who can put up with our nonsense around here, but it's all good. And we love all the people who come to join us, and just stick around. It gets fun, and you just got to get in on the weirdness. If you are new, make sure you hit that subscribe button and chat to us. Say hello if it's your first time on Chord Dave Live, because we'd love to meet you. And let us know what your favorite video this week was if you watched them all. Marcia says, it's good to have to be multilingual, folks. You never know what people might actually be saying. I can say, can I have 2 beers please, in like 16 languages. I don't think I need to say it and say much else. I have a very small amount of Spanish and a very small amount of French. A little bit more French than Spanish. And I speak a tiny amount of Irish. And then an English. So yeah, as useless multilinguals go, that's me. And I talk a lot of shit, as you guys know. Marcia says, and yes, I didn't think of that one, Richard. Either way, potentially stinky. Indeed. Well, there you go. Zippy Tuzak says, I walked into Long and McQuaid Music today to buy a used pedal and walked out with the Epi Carina Explorer, not the new release, but it's a 2022. I'm loving it. SG might get jealous. Well, there you go. Yeah, that's quite phenomenal. Walked in for a pedal, bought a guitar. That's happened to me before, to be honest. Ben says, Dave, what is the longest your beard's ever been? This long. However long it is now, which is I mean, I could measure it, but I have it all tied up and everything. So, okay, fine, I'll measure it. Because why not? We're live on the internet. But yeah, let's see. I mean, my tape measure is not working properly. It got broken in a work-related incident. Um, somewhere, I mean, from there to, it's about 16 inches. I mean, that's just from where it's growing, not from like top of my sideburns, from just from my face to the bottom of the thing. Yeah, it was when it was stretched out there, about 16 inches. So there you go. Just that's what it is. So that's the longest it's ever been, and I don't know how much longer it's going to go. So yeah, that's my birthday on April 25th, and I'm strongly considering shaving off my beard. So we'll see. We'll see. Starting again. That's probably exactly what I will do. Shave it off. Start in 3 years' time. Be back exactly where we are now. Be like, oh, I'm thinking of shaving my beard off. It's quite frustrating. The beard. It gets in the way of eating. It gets in the way of when I sleep. I will wake myself up by be lying on my beard, and it's just a whole thing. So yeah, it's been a fun adventure having the longest beard I've ever had. But there we go. As I said, I'll probably shave it off and grow another long beard. Um, Actually, speaking of long beards, my I was in Australia a few years ago with some friends, and we were doing this crazy road trip where we'd go and drink one beer in every bar on the way to the next city, which was great. We had a lot of laughs. We went to one, and the guy behind the bar had a beard like down to his belt, and I was like, "That's cool. I'm gonna take you to grow that beard." I think he said 7 years, so I think I can do it in five. So, so anyway, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. It's got to go at some point, man. It really does. But thanks for your question, Ben. I do enjoy talking about my beard. I really do. Um, Marcia says to Zippy, so no pedal or you got both? Oh, that's a great question. Ryan says, nice Zippy. I'm waiting to see what Les Paul they bring out for Gibson month in April. That'll be fun. You guys got to let me know. I should really follow Long and McQuaid to find out. Having a YouTube channel and everything. Marcia says, Ben, I believe it's the longest he ever had from what he said before. Yeah, 100%. Had a longish, what I thought was a longish beard at one point, and got annoyed and shaved it off. But it was nothing compared to this. It was like to here, maybe. And I was like, all right, that's it. I'll just shave it off. So yeah, it was definitely very, very short compared to this. It's weird having a long beard. People look at you differently, like they really do. Um, so it's a whole other story. No pedal, wifey was already freaking. Yeah, you gotta say you won the guitar. That's how you do it. Oh, I bought the pedal and I won the guitar on a secret competition they had to be like the 10 millionth customer. So anyway, that's how you do it. Um, and I'm pretty sure like most guitar employees, store employees, if the wife goes in and says, "Did he win this guitar?" They'll be like, "Yeah, absolutely. If he said he did, he won it." Kristen Coburg says, and Hennessy, Tennessee, Tootles, and I'm not going to read that, man. Cheers. Ben says all the videos last week were great, Dave. I always look forward to them. Well, thanks, Ben. Appreciate that, man. That's great. Yeah, I do my best to put them out. Like there's stuff that I saw that had video ideas for, and I was like, it's not gonna be a good video, so I won't do it. I didn't think the 59 video was great when I put it out, but to be honest with you, it was okay. But I appreciate stuff like feedback like that is super cool, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Just by the way, guys, we are doing a video every day in March. It won't be that way going forward. Like once we hit April, we'll be doing maybe 2 or 3 videos a week, and that's it. Kind of experimenting. You may notice like the videos are a mash of everything. I'm trying different things. I'm trying different thumbnails. I'm trying different release times, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm really testing YouTube, see what works and what doesn't work. So hopefully it'll give us a good idea going forward as to how to get the best out of YouTube, because this is a lot of work doing a video every day. It might not seem like it, but there's a lot goes into making a video. Doing actual research. I tried to get ChatGPT to do some research and it was wrong. So, Yeah, what was it? I asked it to do research on what guitars were used for something. This is a few weeks ago now, but I whatever it was asking it, I knew the answer, and I just wanted to see if it would give me the accurate information, and it gave me completely incorrect information. And I was like, wait a minute, that was used on that? And they said, and ChatGPT came back and was like, oh, sorry, no, that's wrong. It was this is what it was. All right, well, that's not fucking helpful then, is it? So if you see YouTube videos and the information's incorrect, they're probably just using ChatGPT to write their stories. Not pointing at any channels, but I know there are some doing it. So just be careful believing YouTube channels. Al says, we're drinking skulls here in Brazil, so cheers. Well, cheers to your skulls. Yeah, that's a good beer. I like it. Scott says, I liked the AJ leak prediction video, even though I don't care for the guitar. Thanks, Scott. Yeah, pretty cool. The thing about the AJ, the next one, and Karen Ford has actually put it up on her Instagram, I believe. Thanks to Aaron for sending me that. That she is part of the. She put Gibson Epiphone Adam Jones collection. That was fun. But yeah, so it's official. That is the guitar. It is a guitar. I think it's. I don't know if it's number 3. I'll be honest with you, because it's in the factory now. I've been told they're all sitting in the stores already. So very surprised to see them on a factory floor still. Could be wrong. They might not be in the stores or the dealers yet, but and of course smaller stores would get them delivered just before they're sent out. But places like Tome and Sweetwater and stuff will have a stock in apparently. I suppose Andertons and that as well. But yeah, I just don't know if this is number 3. It could be number 4, number 5. But anyway, we'll find out soon enough, because if it's not number 3, number 3 will leak the normal channels in the next week or so. I'm actually surprised it hasn't leaked yet, because we're only about 3 weeks away from the release date. So yeah, that would make sense that. I mean, who knows? Who knows? Because we'd seen the thing about the Adam Jones collection is that we had seen them this far in advance, fully kitted out, like finished models. Those weren't finished models we saw, but anyways, glad you liked that video, Scott. Thanks for that. And I'm the same. I wouldn't pick one of those up. I like the art though. Glenn says, I liked the Orianti bit. Well, thanks, Glenn. Appreciate that. That's super cool. Yeah, I liked that too. I like Orianti. I've been watching a lot of her live stuff on Instagram lately, and yeah, she's pretty cool. I like her. I like her playing, and it doesn't hurt that she plays that sweet ass guitar either. In fact, she plays a lot of cool guitars, and she's always popping up on Norm's Rare Guitars as well. So who knows who we'll bump into when I go to Norm's Rare Guitars. Grandpa Joe says, too many H2O. Thank you, and glad to be part of the group. Don't give him too much praise. He gets carried away. But yeah, we should all just once again thank Muddy H2O for his hard work on setting up the Facebook group. We appreciate him. Kind of. Richard says, Chicago dyes the whole Chicago River green. It's pretty neat looking. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, they put it on the news every year here. Like, Chicago has dyed the river green. It's like, all right, good. The River Liffey is just green from pollution, so and smells bad all the time. Anytime I've been near it, anyways. Which is the river that runs through Dublin. But yeah, it does look pretty cool, to be honest. Glenn says the AJ leak was really nice. Thanks, Glenn. Here in Newfoundland, we get Paddy's Day off. Very cool, Scott. Glad you do, because I think everyone should, just globally, just for fun. Muddy says, Grandpa Joe, my pleasure, my friend. Glad we have a place to post things and have discussions. Indeed, yeah, good to get you, posting stuff and not just sending them to me. Just kidding, Muddy. I love you. But just be aware, I can now post your picture that you sent me yesterday if you ever step out of line. So just watch it. Chris of Coburg says, Scott, of course you do. If you all were here, you would sample a selection of my meats. I mean, I know that's meant in the nicest possible way, but it sounds kind of threatening. Anyways, Grandpa Joe says to Muddy, it's a great way to make new friends with similar interests. Indeed, Chord Dave interests. I like that. Marsh says, won't happen again, but as I said, Nella is a female name too. Went to college with a woman from Puerto Rico. Same spelling. Just playing with you, Marshall. We know you wouldn't do it again, but it's all good. It's all good, and I think Nella would agree. He was waiting for that to happen. Al says, I have a horrible amp here. Bought Behringer reverb and delay. Amazing how that combo improves the amp. I think the Behringer amps or pedals are pretty cool. They're really cheap and they do what they're supposed to. They're really tight clones of like good pedals. So I don't know how long they will last. They'll last really long for me because I don't use them very much. But there you go. DMAX says those Behringer fuzz pedals are great. I do agree with you. I think they work really, really well. Let me see. Muddy H Show says agreed, Grandpa Joe. Also a good place to make fun of Dave. This is what I deal with on a daily basis, folks. A daily basis. It's hard work. It's hard work, but it's worth it. Chris McCoburg says to DMAX, so I've heard I bought two just in case I break one. It seems to hold its own against the pricier ones. I think the JHS show is the reason I bought those pedals, because they did a comparison with whatever they're supposed to be clones of all the pedals. So I got the vintage delay, the super fuzz, the chorus, is it super chorus? Ultra chorus, and the vintage tube overdrive. That's only 4. So, and digital reverb, and they do work really well. So for the price as well, it's really good. But anyway, Grandpa Joe says, but we must admit Dave is a good guy. There you go, Muddy. See, I told you somebody would think I was a good guy. So it's all good. Thanks, Grandpa Joe. This is the kind of appreciation that I like around here. It's all good. Let me see. SB says, evening guys, I was busy almost setting a vacuum on my vacuum from 1980 on fire. Nobody is harmed, but no one got burned. And no one got burned. Dusty AF. We're glad you're here, SB, but definitely it was probably time for a vacuum upgrade at that point, and glad nobody got hurt or burned. Take care for sure. Be careful with that. Chris Goldberg says, I only use sock feet with pedals, soft touch. There you go. Why not? Friggin' things started to fart huge sparks. That'll scare the crap out of you. All good. Glenn says, let's take a vote. What do you want to vote for tonight, Glenn? We did last week and it was quite comprehensive. Marsha won. I still haven't decided whether I want a new moderator on the channel or not, but if I do, Marsha has the thumbs up from you guys. So there you go. Scott SB says hi to Scott. That was it. DMAX says, Chris McCover, good call. From what I hear, the only downside is the plastic casing. That would be the only downside I can see, but again, I'm not the pedal guy, so my experience would be quite slim. Muddy H.O. says, you're in, Glenn. We expected that video by Monday. We do. We want that video by Monday, Glenn. It's all good. Mar says, Muddy, you should let him in briefly, and then you just, when he gets excited that he's in with the group, kick him out and ban him. Oh, Glenn, I think you've upset Marsha. She says love you, Glenn, but I don't know. Seems like there's something going on here. And then he says to SP, better unplug that thing. Yeah, definitely. SP says, I did. It's funny the death noise it made. Guess it's time to buy a new one. If it's from the 1980s, as something from the 1980s myself, could probably be replaced at this point. I shouldn't say that out loud. Anyway, Marcia says, Glenn votes apparently don't matter around here. Oh, see, getting touchy. Did you see my monkey wrench after last week's mod vote? Hey, I told you it wasn't a binding vote, and I haven't decided when or if we will add new moderators, but I tell you what will happen if the chats keep getting too hot to handle in terms of we go way past 12 o'clock every week. I'm going to need more moderators, and I'm gonna need people more active in the chats. So that is going to happen at some point. So it's just a case of getting people to to sign up to the channel, come to it, and chat to us more and things like that. So yeah, it's all good, but we'll figure it out. You're one of the people in the queue, Marcia. That's what I would say. You're one of the people in the queue. You're near the top of the queue. So anyway, we are rolling on from there. You'll get it eventually, maybe. We'll see. Chris McCormick says, my point is that Josh makes plenty off his product, but I fully support the smaller businessman making money off of t-shirts and merch. Oh, I get you, Chris. 100%. I know exactly what you mean from that. Yeah, there's like I actually saw one channel, not guitar related. I don't even know why it was thing, but his whole business was t-shirts. He was like spending 3 days a week packing up t-shirts that he was selling. And his channel, I don't know, 500,000 subscribers or something. But he had literally like, these t-shirts, this is how I bought this house. And his t-shirts were like $30, $40 each, which is crazy. But people were just buying them left, right, and center. And yeah, so when you get anywhere on YouTube, people are like, start selling t-shirts, start selling all kinds of crap, put affiliate links in your description and all that sort of stuff. So anyways, that's I get where you're coming from though, Chris. I 100% get you, and I think you're 100% right. Glenn says, I'll start working on Steel Panther's Friends with Benefits song. GH is worn out. Friends with Benefits is a good song. I like it. They've got some very interesting, fun songs. Nella says, it looks like you've gained subscribers, Dave. Congrats. Thanks, Nella. Yeah, we're over 7,200. It's just crazy to me. 7,200 people have hit that button at some point. But I will point out that's about 20 to 25% of the people who watch the channel. So we could be on 20,000 if everybody who watched hit the subscribe button. And make sure, if you're one of the people who has not subscribed, that you do so. I know, Nella, you have, or Alan. You guys need to do nothing else other than subscribe. That's all. But yeah, thanks. And part of the whole March thing was, let's see, can we grow subscribers up to whatever. I was hoping to hit 8,000 by doing a video every day. I don't think that's going to happen unless one in the next couple of weeks goes absolutely bananas. But I'm still hoping for 2.5 or 7.5 thousand by the end of the month. So we'll see how that goes. So we're up about 200 already this month. Which is not too bad, and we're just over halfway through, so another 200 would get us almost there. Benny says, sounds like it. Mine is old too, so old I can't find filters for it anymore. That'll happen. That will happen. Glenn says, or no, Muddy H2O says, Glenn, no one likes a worn out hole. Wise decision, you guys. Chris says, I've entertained a worn out hole from time to time. The experience counts. I'm just gonna start skipping some of these chats. I'm just gonna skip over them. I need to pre-read everything that I read. Mark Doolin says, hey guys, what's up? Purchased a HB Les Paul Special. It's pretty good for the price. No real bad points for £214. Glad to hear that, Mark. Yeah, I remember you saying that you were getting that last week, maybe a week before. Very cool. Yeah, it's Harley Benton doing some cool stuff. Cool stuff coming from him by the end of the year, I think, is when we'll see some really cool stuff as well. Marsh said, Dave did a Robo tuner vid with a sponsorship by Roadie 3 because Roadie 3 is everything the Gibson Robo tuner wanted to be and failed miserably. I bet they'd sponsor you if you say I sent you. I have a Roadie 3. I don't know where it is, but I have one. Yeah, I got it as a Christmas present, which is phenomenal. The Robo tuner, the Roadie 3 is actually a really good product. But it's also, I don't know. I'm sure. Like I've been in touch with that company. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. And a few others. So I actually have a few sponsorships that I could do at any point at the minute. Affiliate sponsorships like the one with Guitar Tricks, because the channel is just not big enough yet to get actual sponsorships. But with the ones that are there, I just don't really feel like they're going to bring a lot of value to you guys and to me for doing them. Like, you guys don't want to listen to me for 2 minutes going on about, hey, here's $10 off a spark grid for positive grid or whatever they're called for from their amp thing. Because I'm sure you just skip those parts anyway. You don't want, yeah, I know you guys, are not going to sign up for free trials and things, so there's not a whole lot of point doing them. Seymour Duncan, I have one with as well, but it's like 5% off, which is not, I don't think anyone's going to use that too much. So this things that are there and available guitar wise. I can start doing things like Mint Mobile if you want, and what is the other one? NordVPN. They want me to do stuff with them like everyone else. Ironically, so these how these sponsorships and stuff work. Just because Marsha mentioned sponsorships. Um, Ironically, so when you're a smaller channel under 10,000, you got to go the affiliate sponsorship route. So it means they will allow you to promote their product. You hit a link, get a link. Anyone who clicks on it, you get a thing. The company I work for has a specific, a really good one. You see their ads on a lot of YouTube channels. And I applied for the program and I was denied. They were like, we don't want to be associated with your content. It's like, okay, good to know. Not like we don't think your channel's big enough or we don't like guitars. We don't want to be associated with your content was what I got back. So yeah, I'm not going to tell you what company because they do pay my wages every month. So I want to keep that going for a while. But I'm sure at some point when I'm leaving, I'll be like, by the way, you guys. Anyway, yeah, rejected. And they pay probably the best in the industry as well. So like it would have been really worth it if like 3 of you guys had signed up a month for their thing. Try very hard not to say what it is. Scott says, but seriously, it can't be hard to make a working, reliable robotic tuning system, can it? Don't start, Scott. They'll try it again. Kristen Coburg says, what? The chat takes a dive bomb. And the chat takes a dive bomb. Listen, it does. That happens. Once somebody brings it up, it just happens. Richard says, when a Justin Hawkins video cues by itself and then hits the high E flat when I'm not paying attention, sometimes it scares me pretty bad. I mean, yeah, I get you. I get where you're coming from. Grandma Joe says, Strumac is selling DIY pedal kits. They were on sale a few days ago. Yeah, so Scott, maybe you should look at those, to be honest. Glenn Bailey says, dive from Dave's challenge of me and Steel Panther. I think, look, everyone knows this is just a front for Steel Panther fan club. Mark Doolin says, Benny got the white one. Hopefully will turn cream, but it's poly finished, so poly not. Yeah, I wouldn't hold out much hope for it to change color at all. But what I saw somebody with an Epiphone, a white Epiphone Les Paul Custom, and they stripped off the finish and repainted it themselves or refinished it with nitro, and they were able to get an antique nitro, so it instantly gave it that like Steve Jones vibe, or I suppose Randy Rhoads vibe as well. But that was that's one way of doing it if you want to. But he was also like, from a distance it looks fine, up close it doesn't. So if you're good at finishing stuff, then away you go. But otherwise, yeah, wouldn't expect it to change too much if it's poly. Marcia says, Chris, I'm sure it was glorious. All right. You guys are crazy. Mark Dillon says, speaking of bad monkeys, and the OCD has shot up loads in price. No more 40, 50 pound deals around now. No, that's true. Yeah, it's just how it goes. It's just how it goes. T-Ball says, what up, guitar freaks? Good to see you, Anthony. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you're taking care of yourself. I'm sure you are. You know better than I do. But yeah, great to see you dropping in to say hello to us. Where has it gone? Oh man, it's like literally dropped 200 comments in. Man. All right, well, let me just catch up. Still dealing with this crap on the other end. Eventually I'm going to stop paying for this streaming service because it's not worth it. Nothing is, it's just terrible. Anyway, Benny says, yeah, for white poly to turn cream, you need to smoke a lot of cigarettes. I mean, yeah, that is one way of doing it, I suppose, yeah. Marcia says, Richard, I know, but I love that intro. Hope Justin never changes it. There you go. Money Cert says, cooking some food. Did I hear someone say electric drum kit? I run mine through a PV Bandit amp and into my computer. it was briefly mentioned in passing. Yeah, Batfink was playing around with something, I think, and I suggested that's what I was doing. T-Ball says, just an old guy. What up? It's just an important part of the community, and that's what you are, T-Ball. Mark Dillon says, want a PRS SE CEs, but can't, but ain't out yet. Yeah. Well, there's more stuff to come soon from PRS, I believe. Musical Companion says, rather buy the new McCarthy single cut SE instead of the Arianti Sig at this point. I made a video when those were announced. Like, I think the McCarthy single cuts are great. So yeah, I will be looking at those as a pickup as well over the summer. Ryan says, I'd take an Arianti core model for sure. Even if they just did the same finish and bird inlays, it would work. That's what I think. That's exactly what I think. Scott says, Dave, what are some Irish idioms? Really, I don't think I can get into it right now, Scott, because I'm way behind on the chat, and we've got like half an hour left, and I need to be finished at 12 tonight, so I can't run too far over. But ask me at the beginning of next week's one, and I'll have them all ready for you, I promise. Al says, I really want to try out the PRS McCarthy and DGT. Those are cool. Yeah, absolutely. Both of those I would love to have a go of. Marsha says, Dave, we make mention of glory holes and deep glory every single week, one way or another. Sometimes it's obvious, other times you got to read between the lines. It's just a thing, and it's not done. Yeah, I know. There was like 1 week where glory holes were not mentioned. That was a good week. I enjoyed that show so much. I don't even know how it happened where this became a thing on the channel. I can't remember, but I know it was Glenn's fault. So there you go. Ryan says, Gibson really dropped the ball by not signing Kingfish. They did. Yeah, they did. That was one of those that they should have done. But who knows? I know he's a Fender and everything now, but you never know in the future. Chris McCoburg says, those Trini Lopez guitars are gorgeous. Yeah, Trini Lopez's are great and very undervalued until Mr. Grohl came along with his signature model, of course. Marcia says, I was agreeing both Chris and Ryan in a single. Yep. There you go. Ernie B's here. It's good to see you, Ernie. Says, man, it seems like it's been a while. I've been loving the new videos. Sorry, I'm late. Thanks for that, Ernie. Great to see you, man. Hope you are doing well. Yeah, super cool to see you dropping in. T-Wall says, Gibson seems to be concentrating on lifestyle and litigation. It's true. As opposed to being a guitar company, as soon as a corporation takes its eye off the product goes down in quality. Yes, like something that I mentioned on the 1959 video from this week, like why is it the Holy Grail? Like they only made 643 guitars, like Les Pauls in that year, which is, how many do they make now? Thousands. And they have Explorers and Flying V's and SGs. Okay, they had Explorers and SGs. Or Explorers and Flying V's. They didn't have an SG, and they didn't have a lot of other models and a lot of other finishes and different things, this, that, and the other. So, yeah, they had a small team pumping out quality products back in the 50s and 60s, and now they've got a bigger team, but it's not drastically bigger, and they're pumping out thousands of things. So I can understand why there's a lot of pressure on the staff there, and why things get missed. That's understandable. I can understand that completely. But things like Muddy H2O's guitars that he received, it was a joke. Like I thought he was having me on. I didn't believe that these guitars could be sent out that way, but they were, because now I believe he's a 80% honest person. Just kidding. I know you're 95%. Glenn says, is Carl from Carl's Movie Film Show in the house tonight? The voices in my head aren't there. He is, yeah. He's knocking around somewhere, probably, taking care of business or something. I don't know. But yeah, he's in the house. Being quiet, apparently. Grandpa Joe says, Dave, have you scheduled any stopovers in the States to and from NAMM? No. So I did have a stopover planned, but I changed my flights. So now I'm just going direct to where I'm going to. So yeah, nothing, no stopovers or anything like that. But it's, it's the first trip. I think there might be more trips out that way, maybe towards the end of the year, over to the States at some point. I don't know. It all depends on a lot of things. You never know how these things are going to go. And actually, like this whole planning for NAMM, this like I never plan things too far out in advance. This is actually killing me waiting these last few weeks now. I usually plan things about a month in advance at most, um, and sometimes less than that. Like sometimes like a week before. I have been known on occasion to be like, "Oh, it's Monday. I think I'll go to the States next week or at the weekend." I the latest I've done it is on a Tuesday, being like, "I think I'll go," and being there on the Thursday. So yeah, wherever it was that I was going. So yeah, yeah. I'm not one for making big long plans. So this is weird for me. So at the minute, I can say no stopovers or anything like that. But I do have a second leg. I'm going to Nam and then I'm going somewhere else, which I'll fill you guys in on. There's a museum opening. If you might, this might give it away. There's a museum opening that I want to go to, and I've been invited to go to. So I'm thinking of taking that in, but it's a short flight, just an hour long from LA. So that's definitely will give it away. So I'm going to go and check out this thing, and then I'm going to come home. And I don't know. It depends. Depends how it goes. Um, but anyway, we'll see. Lots of fun plans for that week. Ryan says, "Wow, if it wasn't likely true, I'd be half offended." Um, which one? Which one? Where? Ryan, I don't know what you would be half offended by. Did I say something? I apologize if I did. Would never mean to. But anyway, hopefully you know what I mean. Um, Glenn says KDH is going to Nam. If you run into him, try to do a quick vlog. I'll try to do so if I run into anyone who's worthwhile being on a vlog. Yeah, I haven't keeping up with my videos. So if he's announced he's going to Nam, that's very cool. I might try to reach out and try and pre-arrange some of these. We'll see how it goes, because I'm very lazy when it comes to doing that. And it's also weird reaching out to someone. Someone reached out to me and was like, "Hey, our channels are kind of similar size. Is there any chance you will do a collab with me?" I was like, "Yeah, sure," but then our channels are not a similar size. And this person, um, I think, misrepresented themselves, which I have a problem with, because it means you're going to misrepresent me as well. But anyway, it's a whole thing. I have no problem helping out folks, because I know what it was like being that, like, honest, having a smaller audience than I have, and wanting to reach out to people. I think if you're going to do that, just approach it honestly and be like, "Hey, could use some help? Want to help out someone?" And I'm just so far behind as well. I haven't got back to anyone yet. So in the last while, so I'll get back to everyone. If you're waiting for an email from me, by the way, I'll get to them eventually. Just being crazy busy. William Forrest says, "Just bought an Epiphone Emperor Joe Pass signature. Nice. Indeed, very nice. I like it." Cushman NYC is here. Says, "Hey Dave and everyone, good to see you, Cushman. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Always great when you drop into the chat." Richard says, "Yes, T-Ball. Everyone repeats how bad Gibson quality is, but I just bought my third one in the last year, and fit and finish is excellent, as were the others." Um, listen, that's a very good point. I've never had bad Gibson out of the box. Never happened to me at all. I don't know. I know a lot of people who have had bad experiences. You know a lot of people too, because they've been in the comments here telling us about them. So yeah, but that's the thing. Like, here's the thing I would say, right? A $10,000 guitar should never leave with one QC issue, but they do. A $2,000 guitar, that's not their main priority anymore, so I can understand why those get kind of pushed out a little bit before everything's double checked. But again, they all get signed off for QC, so I don't understand how you can do a QC check and have a big glaring QC issue. But like yourselves, I have had some very good luck. The problem is you're still in the high 80s of good stuff, and then that leaves somewhere like 15 to 20% of guitars going out with serious issues, unplayable and so forth. So I get you. We're in the lucky group, which is the majority. But then the stuff that leaves is ridiculous, to be quite honest. But anywho's, we'll do our best to get through some of the rest of the comments here. Let me see. Al says, "Dave's a show off." Are we around the beard measuring time? It's just a beard, it's fine. When H2O says Dave is starting to measure things on live further down the tube's chat goes. Listen, just beards. We're just measuring beards. If anyone wants to discuss beard measurements, we can do that. Marcia says, no, don't shave the beard, just trim it. It'll be, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I always have facial hair of some kind, so it'll be something. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'll do, but at some point it's going to go. That it is definitely going at some point. Scott says, that was the oddest police profile picture ever. I don't know. Ryan says, shave it off and then donate it to the beardless kids in third world areas. Hey, if the beardless kids want it, they can have it. It's all good. Ben says, unless you're going for the Guinness Book of Records. Do you know what it is? Every time somebody says to me, you should shave your beard, I'm like, I'm keeping it for another 3 months now that you said that. So who knows? I'm also stubborn, and we'll see what happens eventually. Like, I'm all talk as well. I'll say I'm going to shave it off and then not shave it off unless I'm given a reason to, which we won't go into. Chris says, gotta head out to a jam in a bit, so I bid farewell. All the best. Take care, Chris. Hope those double bacon cheeseburgers were good. They sounded amazing. Marsh says, just trim him in a couple of inches. I mean, that's sounding offensive right now. Says, yeah, but the beard helps keep your shirts clean while eating. It does. It does, Al. It's quite handy for that, for sure. Ernie says, beard looks killer, but I always say the best part of beard is shaving it off. I've never made it 3 years. I mean, it's comfortable enough. It's just when I like snag it when I'm sleeping or whatever, and it's a pain then. It's all good, it's been an experience, and here we are. Or braid it, says Marcia. I don't know about that. Maybe I'll have to braid it once just to say I braided my beard before I shaved it. Ben says it would be a possible viral video, you shaving the beard like bald. It could be. And William says, shave it off when you're 60. Oh my god, that's I mean, it could be quite long at that point. Glenn says, parental advisory suggested on this channel since Dave just got weird with his beard. I have to tick a box to say this is not made for kids every time I upload a video, so their parental advisory is already on, I think. But what was I have thought about doing a sponsored shave, like shaving off my 3-year-old beard. It's nearly 3.5 years old. It will be by the time I shave it off, probably. But doing a charity fundraiser for shaving the beard, and try and raise some money for charity to do it, and then start growing it again. I've thought about doing that. I think there's a platform to do it. Like I have a platform here. There's lots of people will see the video, so it might be a thing to do. And it'd be interesting to see how much money we would raise. So yeah, I don't know. I think I'd go for that, to be honest. I think if I do it, that's what I'll do. But again, I might just look. We'll be sitting here in a year's time, and I'll be like, I'm going to shave the beard off, guys. It's 24 inches now, so it's too much. Nobody can handle it. The beard. Anyway, Glenn says, no, I read that one already, so go ahead. Richard says, you could flip your beard around on top to the top, and then have TCD troll dolls for merch. That is a good idea. I like it a lot. Marcia says, I would just trim 2 to 3 inches. I don't know. So what you're saying, Marcia, is that like 13, 14 inches is the length you think it is appropriate to be. All right. Well, as a beard aficionado, I don't disagree with you, but I don't know. I actually don't know how I feel about it, to be honest. I like it. I like how it looks and everything, but there's just some, I don't know. It's been a long time. It's usually, we'll see. Let me see. Marcia says, Glenn, he's weird without the beard thing. It's fine, guys. It'll grow back. It just takes 3 years. Glenn says, wait till the 28th and shave it off on my birthday. Remember, it's all about me. It is, Glenn. It is all about you, for sure. But But I tell you, here's how it works, Glenn. If I shave off my beard, you have to grow yours for 3 years. So just be careful what you wish for. That's the deal we have. Ben says, make a video of you shaving your beard and clearing the hair on top of your head. I think I shall not do that. But thanks. Scott says, make Chord Dave beard oil and guitar polish the beard, does the polishing as you play. That, I mean, it's an idea. I think we could work on that. Get some I don't know, scientists involved to formulate the whole thing. Glenn says, drinks beard measurements. I shudder to think what's coming next. Glad I'm behaving myself. I think that's pretty much as far as we can go. Mar says, or if you really want to shave it, grow long enough to donate a wig for someone with cancer. They usually need a solid 10 to 12 inches. Are you just, I don't know if you're messing with me, because we had this conversation before. Beard hair is not going to be good for a wig. I promise you. It's not the same as head hair. And I don't think anyone would want this as their hair, for a wig. But, I will look into all of those things. Let's see. We will see. We'll see. KDH going to Nam as well, says T. Go on the Irish YouTubers. Yeah, indeed. I didn't know that, to be honest. So I'll have to check out his video, and see. I'm sure if he is, we'll probably be in Dublin Airport at the same time, getting the same flight. So we'll see how that goes. Bump into him, be like, hey, I'm a YouTuber as well. Let's hang out. I get a drink or two. Ben says, Benny, I think it might attract a lot of viewers. Indeed, I think you're right. And let me see. Vincent says, great to see all the YouTube first on Patreon. Let's show some support and get over there and sign up. Thanks, Vincent. Appreciate that so much. And thank you for signing up to Patreon. It's super cool to see some of you guys over there now. And yeah, as I said, as Vincent says, you can head over to Patreon. You get all of the videos go up at least 24 hours early, and you get your of course, when I get back up and running in April with it, the exclusive content and the other options are there for you. So check it out. It's because videos are going out so much now, and I think this week you might even get some batch videos. You might get 2 or 3 a day, so we'll see how it goes. At least a couple of days, I think you will. But I appreciate that so much, Vincent. Thanks for that. Marcia says, you'd have to make a ponytail or braid with rubber bands at the top and bottom, and then measure what's between your 2 rubber bands. I've donated hair a few times. Honestly, you don't want beard hair. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't take it. Glenn says, do we have an idea for what other models were in those photographs? Do we have an idea of what are we talking about, Glenn? Are you in the wrong chat again? Are you looking up models and photographs? I don't know what's going on here. Oh no, the Epiphone photographs. I'm looking into it. I need to go through the photographs. I've downloaded a batch of 100 photographs, so I'm going through them to see. There's nothing too incredible standing out to me yet, but I haven't gone through them all. I've been quite busy. But no, I don't have concrete information just yet. But we'll see. They need 15 ponytails from people with similar hair to make one wig. Doesn't matter if it's from an adult or a child, even for a short style. No, I get you. We've had this conversation in the chat here a few times now, but and every time I just have to say, beard hair is not hair. It's a lot thicker, and it's not as easy to style and stuff like. I mean, I haven't found it easy to style at all. It's quite a pain in the arse, to be honest with you. But so yeah, I don't think it'd work at all. But hey, they will know more than I will. Scott Bogford says, I'd go to Norm's just to see Frank Stallone. Oh man, that'll be a fun afternoon. Cushman says, I'm drinking some ice cold Rolling Rocks. Very good. Well, indeed. Slaunch is a user. Ryan says, the Liffey has to be the most disgusting bit of water in any city. I can't think of any worse. It's just not. I mean, then the people jump, like when it's a really hot day, they still jump off the bridge into the Liffey. No, thank you. Yeah, anyway, craziness. Al says, as good as her guitars look, Orianthi looks pretty good as well. She didn't look bad. I'm gonna just put it out there. She didn't look bad. So yeah, Anyway, Marcia says, I go to Norm's on a Saturday to hear the older man that's let's busk outside the shop. And he gave a really nice guitar to Norm's. Yeah, Norm's, not Norma. Oh, Marcia, you're doing it again, as Glenn pointed out. But yeah, at the moment my plan is to go on a Saturday. Because I'm going to be at Nam on the Thursday and the Friday, but it depends how good Nam is. Because if it's not that great, I won't go back on Friday. I'll go to Norm's instead. But it also depends on how what their opening times is, because they've kind of shut down uh, their opening hours because of Norm's sickness. I think you have to make an appointment and stuff like that. So it just depends how they're going to be operating. I'm not sure of that yet, to be honest. I probably need to start looking into it. But I'll definitely be heading out that way either way. I'll take photos outside. I don't care. Um, One way or another, either Friday or Saturday morning, I'll head out there. Mar says, maybe I'm one of those new age kids that doesn't believe in gender typing. I blur the lines when I speak to be more inclusive. Good for you, Marcia. Yeah, I don't really, I mean, look, it doesn't matter to me what anyone wants to be called one way or the other. So I don't really care. As long as it doesn't affect me, it's all good. T says, are Behringer not worse than Gibson as a company? I thought I saw something on YouTube about them. Has to be true. If it's on YouTube, it's true. I mean, I think we all know that. So you could be right, T. Mar says, I'm quite liberal and inclusive, but I'm talking my way out of this with my poop. Is that a hole? Anyway, Marcia, you got to be more careful if you're going to be a mod on this channel. You don't see Scott saying misgendering people most weeks, so it's all good. It's all good. Ryan says, I noticed a lot of wiki pages are getting edited to be gender neutral. Oh, really? I didn't notice. But there you go. What a world. Scott says, wow, vacuums in the 1980s. We had a filter queen. Sounds like something the Griswolds would have. It really does. It really does. As says Marcia, better quit while you're ahead. Indeed. Marcia says, I've noticed a lot of kids on Ultimate Guitar who make a point of saying they're gender neutral or Christian. I mean, those are the two things you would want to point out, for sure. Mar says, I have no idea why that matters on a guitar site. So that you don't recommend inappropriate songs, probably, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, aren't all religions like you have to tell everyone about what religion you are? I mean, I thought that was every religion did that. I don't know. Musical Companion says, have you ever looked into the DiMarzio and Bill Lawrence connection? From what I gathered, for reference, DiMarzio is not an electrical engineer or inventor like Bill Lawrence was or is. I mean, I haven't, to be honest with you. Maybe it might be something to look into. That's a good idea. Marcia says, I love Ultimate Guitar. Any of you use it? I have it, and I have a membership to it that I keep forgetting is an annual membership, and then it goes out every December, and I forget to cancel it. And I use it about 4 times a year. So yeah, it is cool though. It's really good. I mean, I wish they would. I don't know. Like every time I try to use it, to find a song, I always find like versions that sound terrible. It takes a while to find a version that sounds good, but yeah, it's a good app. I like it. Nella says, I love buying channel t-shirts and coffee mugs, I guess. Very cool. Yeah, those, me too. I mean, I have a good few from different guitar channels and non-guitar related channels, just to support folks that I enjoy their content. And there's stuff like there's stuff I've bought that I don't like the channel anymore, so I don't wear the shirt on this channel particularly. But and then there's stuff like the Phil McKnight. Like I bought a shirt from him, and kind of all the stuff wore off it, and I didn't buy another one. But like, still watches his stuff from time to time. So anyway, shirts and mugs are a great way to support a channel. Basically, if a channel is trying to sell something, it's a great way to support a channel. As is watching the videos all the way through to the end, making sure you hit that like button and subscribing. That's super cool too. Scott Bogfoot says, Dave, are leprechauns real? To cut down on unnecessary chat reading, you can get people to tag you in things they want to read out, and it'll be highlighted in your chat, Dave. Yes, I understand. Yeah, and we can get that running. What I've always tried to do on the live stream chat here is read everything out. I think it makes it unique if we can. But as you guys can see, we're getting to a point where it's there's too many of us, and it's probably not going to be possible to read every chat from time to time, every week now. So yeah, we probably are going to have to start with the whole tagging me if you want it to be read out. And I know this is going to sound like a douchey thing to say, but super chats come straight up to the top of my window. So if you have something important you want me to say, or you want to say to me, super chats are the way to go. They just get you there first. I'm just gonna, that's just how it is. But if you don't want to do super chats, the best thing to do then, yeah, is tag me at 3Chord Dave, and with no spaces and stuff, and I'll see that when I get there. But that is a good point, Scott, and I think we're going to have to implement that system from next week on, I think. So make sure to point that out to folks next week if you don't mind. Are leprechauns real? Of course, everything that you think is real is real. I don't want to ruin a lot of people's businesses in touristy cities. So yeah, leprechauns are 100% real. There's a leprechaun museum, or there was a leprechaun museum in Dublin at one point and I brought my American girlfriend to it at one point, ex-girlfriend now. And we had a right laugh. It was brilliant. I didn't tell them I was Irish. I was the only one who didn't say where he was from. They just assumed I was from where she was. So it was a fun thing though. And they make out in there that leprechauns are real. So that's what I got to believe they are for 100%. Al says, I like KDH's idea of a t-shirt emblazoned with guitar players are stupid. I'd be the first one to buy one. All right, Al, see if I can get it done before KDH. I'm always toying with the idea of just making guitar players are sexy, and then at the bottom saying I'm a guitar player. Well, but I just want to keep it simple for right now. We'll see. Marcia says, at 3Chord Dave, does tagging work? I think it has to be enabled in the settings. It works perfectly fine. I see a nice little orange block over your post. So yeah, it works really well. Nella says, I don't understand why people are hesitant to sub to channels. It costs nothing and helps channels get more exposure. It makes no sense to me. I agree. I get where you're coming from there, Nella. Like, I know that there's channels that I watch and I think I'm subscribed, and then they disappear for like a month or 2 months. And I'm like, oh, I haven't watched so-and-so in a while. I look them up and I'm like, oh, I'm not subscribed. That's why. So yeah, I think it's just a thing. People just watch the videos and then click off straight away and they forget to do it. So I do appreciate your approach though. That works great, especially for those of us who are making the videos. But there you go. Yeah, in terms of, I'll tell you what though, guys, I think because Benny has said to Marcia, unfortunately not, if you use at 3Chord Dave, it shows up for me. And I think that's the main thing on this side. I'll see it on my side. So that's what we'll do from next week. If you are addressing me, you're saying something you want me to be involved in the conversation with, tag me. Otherwise, because there's a lot of messages as well, which maybe are just you guys talking in the chat and stuff like that, and I'm reading them out, and it maybe takes a lot of time. I don't mind doing that, but it does mean that we're going to miss a lot of chats, because at the end of the 2 hours, I need to cut off. At least tonight, I can stay most weeks, but a little bit longer. But even last week, we left a lot on the table that we didn't get to, so want to try and get to as much as we can, and if we find a better system, we'll use that instead. Glenn says, new t-shirt idea. I didn't want to be stupid guitarist by buying an overpriced pedal, so I bought this 3Chord Dave shirt instead. There you go. That is a great idea. Well done, man. And if you see it in the store, I expect 27,000 orders. Or maybe like 6. That'd be fine too. Richard Virginia says, hi Dave, almost missed you. Just got up from a nap. Hope it was a good one. Richard, yeah. I'll be off to the land of Nod myself quite soon. It's been a long week for sure. Glad you didn't miss us though, Richard. Good to see you. Scott says, true, Nella, especially if you enjoy watching it, just makes sense. It does. Honestly, guys, though, it's one of those where I think it's just people just don't think about it. And that's it. And then they think, oh, who was that Irish guy who talked about guitars and was a bit of an idiot, had a long beard? Yeah, and they just don't remember the name then and stuff like that. So, but there's other people who watch every show or every video, and they get notifications even because they watch so often, but they're just not subscribed. The other thing is, people aren't going to be checking who you're subscribed to. So if you're worried about people finding out who you're subscribed to, you probably don't have to worry about it. It's all good. 3Chord Dave's not offensive to most people. Let me see. Marcia says, I was going to ask the same thing, Nella. Why do people have a problem hitting the sub? Yeah, it is a good question. Maybe there is some people, I suppose, who just won't do it, and I think there's some people who won't do it because they get asked to do it as another thing. So, like, you're saying, "Hey, please subscribe to the channel," and they're like, "Don't tell me what to do." So anyway, that's it on that. I think is how it goes. There you go. Yeah, it's like on my side, a whole load of comments just dropped in. I know I'm not going to get to them, guys, so I do apologize. I said from next week we'll implement the tagging system. Tag me in your comments at the start. So just copy and paste it and put it at the start of all your comments or at the end of all your comments. I'll read them out those ones. Because yeah, it's just getting too big. I know I'm a good bit behind on the chat here. It's just getting too big to in the comments here to make sure we get everything. So I want to make sure we get all the important stuff in. Glenn says, good point, buddy. Maybe we use the front and back of the shirt. Guitarists will only read the front and a drummer will get to read the back. That's true. Because Muddy had said way too many words, Glenn, for a guitarist to read or understand. Some guitarists, some. Dana says, I have an older roadie tuner that my daughter bought me. It's pretty. It went crazy one time and overwhelmed the high E until it broke. After the initial surprise, we were laughing our butts off. Yeah. Mine was the Roadie 3, I think, and it's really good. I don't think I've ever charged it, but it still works. So that's how little I've used it as well. But it's great for alternate tunings and stuff like that, which is something that I might have shied away from without it. So it's a cool little device. Mark says, but if it's sponsored, they pay you and there's no obligation to us. You should go talk to Roadie at NAM. I bet they'll sponsor you if you share your video idea with the CEO, CTO. I mentioned mine now. So how it works, Martin, is unless you've 10,000, they don't want it. 10,000 subs, they don't want to hear about sponsorship. Except they'll give you affiliate links. They'll do affiliate sponsorships with you. Pretty much everything across the board. That's where you're talking. 10,000 is where they'll listen to you, and 20,000 is where they'll come to you. So I believe. And I spoken to companies who've said this. Manscaped, for example, told me that my channel was too small and I need 10,000 subscribers and 3,000 average views per video, which we're not getting. So yeah, anyway, that's all. It's all just how it goes. We'll get there someday. You'll be like, oh, I wish Dave hadn't got big enough to get sponsorships because they're on all the videos, but it's fine. I will be talking to all these companies at NAM as well. That is one of the things I'll be doing there. So yeah, if it's possible, we'll be doing it. I have meetings set up with a couple of them already, a couple of companies, and we'll see how it gets on. Yeah, and get loads of swag. That'd be great. Benny says, rejected by your own company, Dave. That's sad funny. It is. I don't think they knew. I didn't approach it. I didn't tell them it was like I was work for them. So, and I don't think the person who would have reviewed it knew it was like that I work there. So hopefully, I don't know. Marcia says, Roadie really is an incredible product. Someone got me them because it's tough for me to turn tuning pegs with my hand issues. I've had each model. It's incredibly useful beyond tuning. Use it daily. There you go. Yeah, I think it's a cool little thing. It's just, for me, it's I don't know. It is cool. I just don't know if I'd use it if I use it that often, because I had it on my desk and I rarely use it as well. It's gone somewhere else now. I don't know where it is. Ryan says, OCD hasn't gone up in sale price. You can find them all the time here. All versions, $150. And Al says, y'all know Dave's never going to get here. Well, there you go, Al. I did. I got there. Just about. If you make it this far, Dave, thanks for another enjoyable stream. You're welcome, Glenn. Thanks for making it enjoyable. Absolutely. So anyway, guys, look, we are going to have to call it a day there, because I said I kind of have to run off. Muddy Show says, well, the Geek Lord really got to that museum running. No, it's not that one. I mean, maybe it is. We'll see. I'll let you guys know the week before. Ryan says, no, Dave, it was, of course, Glenn who was partially offensive. Oh, that's okay. That's fine. As long as it wasn't me, we're all good. Matt from Bosch is here as well. Great to see you, Matt. Just going to call you out there before I head off for the day, or for the stream, I should say. Noel Young is here as well. Says, I found your channel about a week ago. Really enjoying the content. Cool, Noel. Thanks for dropping in and letting us know about that. Usually we do get through all the comments on the chat, but it's just there's too many new folks, which is a good thing. It's a good problem to have. So appreciate it. Thanks for liking the channel and for subscribing and everything. And yeah, more videos to come next week. Benny says, Dave, you should shave your beard. Thanks, Benny. Beard bibs, maybe that's a product. I don't know, man. Ryan says, make the beard into a limited edition hat for a giveaway. Instant 1 million subs. I don't know. It's kind of freaky. I think you guys are messing now, thinking I wouldn't get this far in the chat. I don't know. You guys are awesome. Scott says, thanks for everything, Dave. This show is needed after a long week. Always a great time. Thanks, Scott. I do appreciate it. I appreciate you guys as always. Super fun. And I missed an awful lot more chats and stuff like that. Anyway, guys, we're going to call it there because I said I got a lot of stuff to do. Great to see you guys and a lot of fun as always. I'll think on all the issues that you brought up, like shaving beards and all that sort of crack, and we'll see. Thanks for joining me again. Keep an eye out for the videos. Check out the Patreon if you want them early, and yeah, I'll see you all next week. Thanks again, guys. Good luck. I'll be back with another guitar related video very soon, but until then, take care. That's how I'm supposed to end all the videos. See you guys.